I was actually looking back at their schedule this year, and every time I look at it, I think it gets tougher every time I look. That is not an easy schedule that they have. They have an easy first couple of games that can like soft pedal their way into it.
Well, I mean, you got Tennessee. That's home against Tennessee to open up the season. That's going to be a win.
Against a rookie quarterback.
That's a win. That's a win.
Should absolutely be one, yes.
Then you've got to go to Indy and to the Chargers. I mean, Indy, again, they bounced around a postseason spot last year. Didn't get in, but they bounced around.
And I think people forget, because if you look back, the final score of that game was like 31-17. They were leading, I think, in the fourth quarter. The Colts were, until they did a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
I mean, say what you will about Anthony. Am I weird? I really want Anthony Richardson to be a player.
Why?
I don't know, because
I feel nothing towards
I
him.
guess when he came out of Florida, dude, I thought to myself, he's raw. No doubt. He's just a young guy. But he looks so damn good. I mean,
he's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah. He's like Cam Newton. He's like the biggest guy in the huddle somehow.
Yeah, but he's thicker than Newton was, I think. He looks thicker to me anyway.
But here's what I'm getting at. What the Broncos did last year, what allowed them to make the postseason, was when they were favored in the game, they won. When they were supposed to win that week, they won. And I see a whole bunch of games that we're going to assume are W's here that I think are just complicated and could throw a wrench in that.
Like what?
Well, you have these tough games like Cincinnati, at Philadelphia, at L.A., at Washington. Like, you got a whole bunch of like tough ones that are
Those are going to be very difficult to win, yeah.
But like the easy games I'm getting at are, I think you assume we're playing the Jets, so we're going to win.
Yeah.
London games are weird. They're
Also,
really weird.
Don't make the mistake of assuming a team will be a certain way.
Exactly.
Like I'll give you an example. Playing Cincinnati early in the season versus Cincinnati later in the season. You saw what happened playing them later when they had to win.
Yeah.
You got their best. They always suck early in the season.
Yeah, they're always off to a 1-4 start. Yep.
So you just, where you play a team is as impactful as that team.
But I'm saying you have the Jets in your schedule, like, oh, that's going to be a win. You know, those London games are weird. It messes with people. Like, you're obviously different country, different time zone, different sleep patterns,
Then you come home. The best part about it is you have to play the next week, but you play the Giants at
that's
home.
the thing.
And they're terrible.
Everybody's assuming, well, the Giants, that'll be an easy win. And it's like, well, that's also coming back from London. I think there's just a wrinkle to that that could make it weird.
At least you have a really dog-butt opponent in that particular game. Thank goodness that's not Cincinnati there.
And then, hey, you're playing Vegas at home. That should be a win. Well, it's a Thursday short week. Like, there's just little complications like that in the schedule that I think could make it a little bit tougher than people assume, even for the games that they're just marking down as dubs.
I do agree. That's a tough stretch there, coming off London, because the Cowboys, you never know what you're going to see. The Raiders, say what you want. The Raiders have beaten you more times than you've beaten them over the last few years. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. Hey, the Houston Texans at Houston.
Tough.
That's a tough game.
It's a really tough game.
Yes, it is. At Washington, then, I mean, come on, that's a tough game.
And then you get the bye week, so that little stretch there from the London game all the way through the games you mentioned, Vic, and then it's Vegas, Kansas City, and a bye week. Well, after the bye, you go to Washington, you go to Vegas, you play Green Bay at home, you play Jacksonville at home, and then it's at Kansas City and the Chargers to close out. Like, that's not easy. That is a pretty damn difficult stretch of games that you have for that latter half of the season.
The only thing that can derail the Broncos in a postseason spot, in my humble opinion, is injury.
Well, that's always going to be
That's the only
yeah.
derail. I mean, if the defense is as good as I think it's going to be, then you're in.
Give me one game that you think is going to, like, how about this? For the wild shifts that are made in NFL seasons, like Washington goes from 2 wins to the NFC Championship game, and there's other teams that were really good the year before they got really bad. Who do you think of the 2 teams on the Broncos schedule that could do that flip? Like a team that we're assuming is bad that could be a lot better than we think, and a team that we think is good who could be a lot worse. Because I'll give you one. I think Jacksonville could be a lot better this year. Trevor Lawrence stays healthy. I think they could be.
I'm going to go, as much as I hate to say this, I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Okay. I would be lying if I didn't say I'm at least a little bit intrigued, if not a little bit nervous about Geno Smith and Pete Carroll being reunited.
Maybe. I don't think of Geno that way, though.
Okay. I mean, okay. I'm just saying that one makes me a little bit nervous. The Cowboys, Vic.
I think Vic's onto something with that. If Dak Prescott's healthy, that team is different. They are a lot better. But he's just been hurt a lot.
Javante's there. Did you know that? I mean, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I was just reading an article that some Dallas writer is saying he's already like a cut candidate of his.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Javante's a sad story, man, because he looks so good. But
why don't I know that? Who is the Dallas head coach now?
It's Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
that's right.
Don't you remember his introductory press conference where Jerry Jones like, they said I don't take risks. This is the biggest risk I've ever taken in my life. Do you remember that?
Yes. I'm hiring this guy who's never coached before.
He's never been a head coach. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
He's basically like, look at him.
Move on.
I gotta be an absolute moron.
I remember I was thinking, Jerry, he's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Jerry.
That's fair.
You know what? So I guess the Raiders, I just want to see what they are. I think Indy can bite you in the butt. They got a good defense in Indianapolis. And you're in that you're in the dome, but they got a good defense there. What's a game that you think you could win that you wouldn't think you could win?
Yeah, like does it seem like, I don't know, do you think Washington comes back down to earth this year after having that amazing, like, oh my God season last year?
I'll give you one. I think the Broncos win at Kansas City this year. They
Really?
should have won last year.
Should have done it last year, yeah.
Okay, so the week before
that could be a pivotal game. I mean, that's Christmas.
Yeah, the week before. Well, no, it's not. It's Thanksgiving, right before
No,
Thanksgiving.
it's Christmas.
It's
At
Christmas.
Chiefs.
Oh,
Christmas
at
night.
Kansas. I'm sorry.
Unless
at
they
Kansas
move to
City.
Thanksgiving to December
bad, sorry.
25th.
Talking about at Kansas City. I'm sorry. Yes. Good. I guess. Yeah. Depending on what the standings look like at that point. Okay. Here's a question for you. Who has a greater chance of taking a step back in year two? Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels?
Well, Jaden Daniels reached a level that was, he was a top 5 quarterback by the end of the season. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Top 5.
Well, here's how I describe him. Total stud. So, unless my instincts are completely wrong, I don't think either one's going to take a step back. But I think Jaden Daniels is the real flipping deal.
Okay. My answer is I think Daniels has the greater chance of taking a step back because he had better numbers last year, number one, so it's going to be easier to take a step down. Number two, I don't think the Broncos are going to ask Bo Nix to do nearly as much.
Well, you hope not.
I don't think he has to because the defense that you should have this year. You know what I mean?
And the running game?
Well, hopefully the running game, that remains to be seen. But it's almost kind of like Jaden Daniels has to play well for the Commanders to win. There were times where Bo Nix didn't play all that well last year and you won anyway. You know what I mean? Well, hell, that game in the monsoon, the Jets game, he couldn't throw the ball. You guys remember that first half? Didn't he what was the one throw he had in the first half of that Jets game where it was raining like crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did he do? Did he push it?
It was like a shot put because you couldn't get a grip on it.
I think that they have the ability to win games in which he doesn't need to throw 3 touchdowns and be amazing. You know what I mean? Like
Another question for you. Sunday, October 19th, the New York Giants are in town. Is Russell Wilson the starting quarterback of the New York Giants?
No.
On October 19th in Denver?
I don't think so.
Vic?
What do you think is going to happen? You think Jameis will take the
I think Jackson Dart will be starting by then.
Jackson? Oh, that's right. I forgot about Jackson Dart.
You know who's fourth on the depth chart there?
Tommy Cutlets?
That's right.
DeVito.
Poor Tommy Cutlets, man.
Yeah.
The guy went from turning down 20 G's?
You know what? I soured on that guy when he had a gig that was booked at that restaurant.
Right.
And then he started a game and he's like, I want more money now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you agreed to a price, bro.
Well,
so I soured, and his agent who looked like a 1920s gangster.
Correct.
That guy
I was
bothered
going
me
to say,
too.
if they want to take care of the situation, they can. He may be starting that game. Just take care of it.
You take care of it.
I'll take care of it.
You take care of it.
But sir, we have Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, and Russell Wilson in front of us. I got you. I'll take care of it.
He really leaned into that too.
Yeah, but Jackson Dart is
Tommy.
he's a first-round pick. I got you. Take care of it.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, but Russell
Listen.
Wilson, he does.
by
He runs
Octo-
in place on
by
planes.
October 19th in Denver, Colorado, you'll be the starting quarterback of the New York Giants. Yeah, but the first round, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but
what about Russ? Don't
Don't
worry about it.
But I kind of suck compared to these guys. I mean, what about that?
I know. Hey, Tommy, I know. We got you, okay? We got it handled. Huh? Don't you
Hey,
worry about a thing.
Here's
Huh?
the deal, though, Tommy. You're going to throw that game. I'm going to what? You're going to throw that game.